Hello,
Hi, I'm Nick,
I'm Erin.
and we're the initial members of a startup school called Sunrise Sudbury School, and we want to share a little bit about our background and vision for that in Iowa. We have a website you can look at, and that'll have a lot more information on it. But I used to teach physics at a high school. I am currently staying at home with our 19-month-old daughter. I got my master's in teaching and science to try and be the most effective teacher I could be, but still saw the failings of the system firsthand. And you can only improve so much within a flawed system.
For me, I work at Liberty Mutual Insurance leading a team of data scientists, so less so in the education realm, but over the past year or so, I've realized that I have a need to give back and the system is not doing well and I want something better for our daughter. I was probably considered a model student growing up. I love learning and I loved it back then. On reflection, some of my less favorable traits came out of the system though. So I am very hesitant to speak up when I know an answer after being told to put my hand down. And if I don't have things exactly right, getting to that perfect A, I will feel some amount of shame. So all of my perfectionist tendencies, I could probably trace back to getting that 4.0 every time.
And we both experienced and seen these failings of our system. We thought it would be easier to just start a new school instead of trying to work within the system that currently exists. And we want that for our daughter and also your children as well.
Sunrise is considered a Sudbury model school, named after the original Sudbury Valley School in Massachusetts, which was started all the way back in 1968. Since then, several have been founded, and we are hoping to count ourselves among their ranks. There are two characteristics that make something a Sudbury Valley School or Sudbury model school. The first is that the students are self-directed. Everything that they learn is because they are interested and passionate about that thing. So there are no courses, no grades, no evaluations. If a student determines that they want to do more study in a given area, they determine how they want to learn it, whether it's buying materials and trial and error on their own, or maybe they do some research online, talk to another student who has already learned it, or maybe even pulling in a staff member and having them teach a course in that subject. The second characteristic that makes it a Sudbury model school is that it's democratically run. This isn't just lip service. Every student and every staff member in the school is part of the school meeting. And the school meeting determines how the school is run on a day-to-day basis, who the staff are, so hiring and firing, the budgetary decisions, rules, and enforcing them. So students truly have freedom and responsibility in this school, responsibility for their education and responsibility for how the school is run.
And from my perspective, that the traditional model is a much more different power dynamic where the students didn't necessarily want to learn physics, but they wanted a good grade. And so then they were trying to do the things that they thought that I wanted to see, instead of actually just trying to learn physics, which is what I wanted them to do. And so I basically had to work every day to convince them, it's like, hey, physics can be useful because it can help you solve problems and think logically and communicate these problems. And while that is true, it's true for everything. And so then if that's the case, well, we might as well just spend some time trying to learn something you're actually interested in. And so that's the real power for this model, is that we don't have to waste time. It's like, hey, listen, this is going to be really important later on, even though I would doubt any of you have drawn a force diagram of a car on a highway accelerating or slowing down or whatever. And so those things are neat, but not necessary to survive. And so we're really trying to, in this model, we're really trying to practice life and trying to find what's important to each individual. And then through that, they can keep exploring what interests them.
Yeah, at Sunrise, we hope our students will really just practice life and empower them to discover their own potential. We're just at the beginning of this journey. We're trying to find other people to help us get this off the ground. We've been pouring through the literature, deepening our knowledge of it, and really reinforcing our conviction in this model. We think this is the right thing to do, and we hope that you'll join us. You can follow us on Facebook. Our page is out there, and our website is sunrisesudburyschool.org. We have an upcoming informational meeting on Thursday, January 7th at 7 p.m. via Zoom. The link is on our Facebook page. And if that time doesn't work for you, don't worry. You can always reach out to us at any point, but we also have an informational meeting every month. So we already scheduled our next one on February 7th at 7 p.m. That's a Sunday. So we hope to see you in the future. We hope you can help us get this off the ground, and We're here to answer all of your questions. So thanks for watching.